We're here at the CableNEXT conference, and I'm with John McDevitt from HSN by Remote. So
Shop by Remote.
Shop by Remote. Can you tell us a little bit about what that means?
Sure. We've developed an application that allows customers to shop simply with the remote control. It's not a special remote control. It is their standard remote control that they get from their cable or DBS or telco provider that they can just simply, with a few clicks, purchase what they see on air. They don't have to go to the trouble of picking up a phone and calling in or going online and ordering. It's probably the quickest and easiest way to being able to purchase what's on air that they see, that they're interested.
So HSN has been obviously the pioneer in home shopping, and this is a pioneering effort. You mentioned that you have this in front of 15 million homes.
Yep.
How has that impacted this type of technique? How has it impacted buy rates and things like that?
You know, we've seen that customers love it. Our customers, the more you can engage a customer, the more they shop with you across multiple platforms. The more options you give them, the more the total spend increases. So what we've seen is it has been a net positive impact to our business. It is also an improved experience for our customer. When we originally built this, we were trying to just make the best experience we could for our customers. We weren't even sure whether it was going to make any money or not, but it felt that it was kind of something necessary to do to really improve the overall experience for those folks. And our feedback from the customers has been overwhelmingly positive. It is, for a significant portion of people that have used it, it is their now preferred method to shop with HSN. It is just because the ease, the convenience, that whenever you're watching TV, you may or may not have your phone, you probably don't have your computer with you, but you always have your remote control. So it's just the easiest way to shop.
So people pick it up pretty easily, and I guess they must understand the concept, but what about, are they reluctant to security and afraid their kid might get the remote control? How do you handle that?
So far it's really not been an issue. It's a secure application, so that we have a bunch of security functions running through it, so that there's not been any issues. It's one of those ones where our customers has really kind of embraced it. We've done surveys and asked them what their concerns are, and this is actually a very, very safe and secure method of shopping, and so there really hasn't been negative feedback on that.
And so there hasn't been the problem with the kid getting the remote and...
No, it's actually, a couple of things is if somehow, for some reason, you can't change credit cards, you can't change ship to, so people can't go and send them by themselves something on your account. But also, if for some reason you make a mistake, that happens. People buy things and they go, oh, I decided later on that's the wrong color, the wrong size, doesn't fit right. We have a 30-day, no questions asked return policy. And what we've seen is interesting is we actually have a slightly lower return rate on Shop by Remote than we do traditional phone ordering, which we've been fascinated by, because it is so convenient and so quick that we wondered whether people are going to just order things and then have buyer's remorse. And what we found is that actually it's lower, which has been great.
And the speed is something you said was very important.
Oh, extremely important. Our customers, they're busy people like all of us, and that this is just quick and convenient. It's about a 30-second experience from seeing something you want to actually having that order completed. Pretty much unequaled in traditional television retail, and it's hard to find a website that has a speed that quick.
Well, so speaking of kind of website and maybe on demand, do you see this being mixing in with an on-demand type of application?
Absolutely. I think the next step is how do we bring video into this, so that this is currently running off our live linear feed. So you have all of the limitations of a live linear. You can't choose something different. The next generation of this is going to incorporate a video on demand element. So you can go through and watch a library of products and purchase out of that library. That's really, it's more of TV on steroids rather than the internet dumbed down for TV. Okay. So our goal is to how do you get all that internet functionality, but onto a TV, a 10-foot experience, a sit back with a remote control experience rather than the sit forward with a mouse experience, but allow that kind of flexibility of options where you have a large library of content. We have 20,000 products. How do we expose that 20,000 products at any given time to a consumer without making it cumbersome? Make it, so that it is still it's not a hunting experience, it's a pleasurable kind of not work. It's still more of a, I found something I like, rather than, as soon as you make it difficult, challenging, people aren't interested anymore.
And people enjoy actually watching your program, I would imagine.
Yes,
right?
I mean it's actually a surprisingly popular program. Just as a watching it, even within the watchers, non-purchasers, are a significant portion of folks, because we kind of are in between that entertainment, education, and commerce. We kind of combine all of those things. We have a whole Sephora is a beauty line that we have. And we have a whole section that is just about beauty tips. Not selling any products.
I haven't watched that show myself.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Obviously, I haven't. but we have a pretty large viewer base that just gets it for the educational / entertainment. We also have a lot of personalities. Wolfgang Puck, Emerald. Those kind of folks are on air. And they have a cooking show. People watch Food TV for that. We have that same sort of experience for consumers, but there's the added ability to purchase the products.
And one last question, I guess, and you mentioned earlier, it sounds like you're cross-platform. You want to be on the cable, the telco, the satellite.
Yes.
What about the telco side of things? What special things do they need to think about when they're deploying systems?
I think trying to make open platform as much as possible, so that's not too limited by proprietary systems as much as possible. I think generally, actually, telcos have some advantages over some existing systems because they're generally building new. So they have kind of higher end boxes. They have additional bandwidth. They have some flexibility that some existing systems have to struggle around. But I don't think there's anything unique to telcos that can't support this, and actually I think in some ways they have some things that actually would help them.
So open being things like Java and stuff like that, is that what you're thinking?
Just non-proprietary. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be Java. But just not make it as open as possible. Make it open standards. Follow open standards rules as much as possible, so that you're not tied to one provider, not one technology that has to be licensed through. Because I think especially the telcos get into it, they're not going to just want one or two applications. They're going to want, like any cable or DBS operator, have 20 or 30 channels that are interactive.
Right.
And so having all those, and each channel is a little bit different with a little bit different needs, so let them be able to choose a technology partner that really works well with them and doesn't create undue expense for proprietary systems.
Well, that makes sense. And John, thank you very much for your time.
It was nice speaking with you.
Likewise.
Thank you.